Dune 1 and 2 was beautifully crafted and directed by Denis Villeneuve. Dune Part 2 was one of the best sci-fi movies I've ever watched. Beautiful cinematography, thrilling action scenes, and wonderful score by Hans Zimmer. So Dune Prophecy is a spin-off series in Max, announced like 1 year ago. Set 10,000 years before the events of Dune, the series commences 80 years after the human military defeated the thinking machine armies of Omnis at the Battle of Corinth, and follows the sisters Valia and Tula Harkonnen as they combat forces that threaten the future of humanity and establish the fabled sect known as the Bene Gesserit. This series is nothing special. I can see why they released it in Max instead of being a movie. Because I feel like they can just make a movie out of this. So you have to go in there with a little low expectations. The cinematography is not as equally as spectacular, but you can see the resemblance and effort between the movie and the series, that like they try to make it look as good, but it's not as good because I think the budget might be a little tight. The score, you can also say the same. It sounds similar, but it won't be as good as the one in the movies, composed by Hans Zimmer, of all people. While the plot is another story. I feel like this show is a lot similar to Game of Thrones or House of the Dragons. So let me explain. It's about people working behind the curtains to plant a person on the throne, and the person sitting on the throne is actually really useless and stupid puppet. There's a lot of betrayals, backstabbings, and secrets going on in the royals family, and a lot of sex scenes. 3 in a row for the first 3 episodes. Damn. Now, where this show stands out is the fact that they are able to adapt the later books in the Dune series, because the original Dune books were only 6, written by Frank Herbert. Then his son, Brian Herbert, write more stories about the prequel and stuff, and it added up to like 21 or something. This show is based loosely on the Sisterhood of Dune, the title of the book. You actually heard this narrative a lot. The plan of the Bene Gesserit and the prophecy planting from them on Arrakis. I feel amazed by the origin of their abilities. Let's say the voice, or them fighting against poison. They were able to explain it in a way where it's not too much religious, but in a way it is more of a science fiction. This show does one thing better than the movies, which is the political side. Like everyone, I think not everyone, but some people has been criticizing the Denis Villeneuve version of not being political enough, and I admire him for that, because I like it that way, because movies don't have that much runtime as shows. So in TV shows, you have more runtime, and so you have more time to spread it across all the sectors. But in movies, you have to entertain people in less than 2 or 3 hours. If it's more than that, people are gonna get bored more easily. So I think movies try to focus on the action scenes and the lore and stuff, crunching it down into 3 hours, and it's perfect. I don't need the political side in the movies that much. That's why they have this series. This narrative only works in a TV series such as this one. There are only 3 characters and performances from those characters that stands out for me. They are Valia, played by Emily Watson, Tula, played by Olivia Williams, and Desmond Hart, played by Travis Fimmel. This show also has its special moments where it can grip attention and intensity from the audience too. I don't think there are good guys and bad guys in this series, because they are just equally as bad and as good sometimes. They are just people who want to get everything going their way, no matter what. They're willing to do terrible things, and they can still justify their actions after. The reveal at the end about the mystery setup in the first episode is a bit of a letdown, and basically we still need to find more answers in season 2. One more noticeable thing is the accent of the character named Francesca. She switched accent towards the season finale. I mean, how bad can you be to not spot it before the final cut? Like, wow. So anyways, I'm gonna give this show a 7 out of 10. It's not a solid show, but it's a good enough show. It's okay. It's like an average. Anyways, this is the end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.